Breaking news, Nigerians. APC knocks Tinubu government over secret negotiations with bandits. The Ariwa Consultative Forum (ACF) has berated the federal government for allegedly sabotaging the ongoing fight against banditry in Zamfara state with secret meetings with bandits. Record that Governor Dauda Lawal of Zamfara State had accused the federal government of Nigeria of negotiating with bandits without the knowledge of his government. In a statement signed by his spokesperson, Suleiman Idris, the governor said a delegation allegedly sent by some agencies of the federal government had been holding talks with bandit groups in Zamfara. The Minister of Information, in a statement on Tuesday's night, denied the claim that any of the federal government agencies are negotiating with bandits and accused the Zamfara governor of politicizing security matters. Reacting to the statement by the minister, Governor Dauda insisted that his government has had evidence of the federal government's sneaky negotiations with bandits. The government also mentioned locations where such talks were held with bandits such as Burini, Magaji, Mador, Marodon, Mohai, Haji Bau, and Bagagi areas of the state. Reacting in an interview with Vanguard, the spokesman of the forum, Professor Taku Mohammed Baba, argued that these negotiations are weakening the rule of law and establishing a dangerous precedent for other criminal elements in the country. The ACF spokesman expressed fear that the secret meetings might inspire other groups to take up arms and engage in similar acts. Describing the move as weak, Mohammed Baba urged the federal government to reconsider its stance on negotiating with bandits. He said, "How will you begin a negotiation in Zamfara state without involving the Zamfara state government? You and I know this is a serious aberration and should not be taken lightly. There is no way you can come into my house without my knowledge, even if we are of the same father, and start doing this kind of thing. It's not good. It is incredible. We are a federation, and the federal government is in charge of all security forces, but the governor is the chief security officer of the state. How can anybody, in any sense, engage in such an activity without involving the state government? Negotiation with bandits has not worked in the past, and there is no evidence that it will work. Look at the characteristics of those involved in the banditry. They don't have a central organization. They don't have a central leadership. What we know about them is that they are bandits who go about taking guns and taking the law into their hands. According to a report by UNIFRA, there are over 300 such groups in Katsina, Sokoto, and Zamfara. So if you are going to negotiate with them, who will you negotiate with? Are you going to negotiate with over 300 groups? It does not make sense. And if you are going to negotiate, does it not make sense to involve the state government? In the video, the negotiation was being managed by soldiers of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in a state where there is a governor. So it does not make sense. I doubt very much if the central government of the presidency is aware of it. Someone somewhere is trying to sabotage the government of Zamfara state. Someone somewhere is doing that without thinking of the repercussions on the ordinary people in the rural villages and on students who are being harassed by these bandits. We heard on the radio someone giving orders that the bandits should be allowed passage Are you saying that they should leave Zamfara state and go to another state? And you are providing them security coverage? This is very terrible strategy, and I call it dead on arrival. It does not make sense. So whosoever did that should be investigated and should be punished by the government in power. This is not just about sabotaging the government in power. It is also sabotaging the federal government's effort itself. You cannot do that. You cannot negotiate with a faceless group and allow them passage with their guns and everything. Our organization is not happy with that. There cannot be an end to this insurgency without synergy between the federal government and the regional synergy in all states that are affected by this banditry. From Sokoto to Taraba, from Kaduna State to Kogi State, from Borno State to Nasarawa State, it has to be coordinated and a well-executed strategy to involve all the state governments and communities that have been affected by this banditry, he said. You know, in Nigeria, anything can go in. So sad. I don't even know the reason why they are negotiating with these criminals. Negotiating with them means that you are not ready to end the insecurity. Just like what the Arewa Consultative Forum have just said. You are encouraging more people to engage in this kind of evil act. You don't need to negotiate with people like this. Now they are saying that they have up to 300 groups, 300 groups in Zamfara, in Sokoto, in Kaduna, in Katsina, in Niger. So if you are negotiating with them, who are you negotiating with? Because you will negotiate with this group, they will be calm. The other group will strike. Nigerian government should look for a way to end this insecurity. And let us stop, please pardon me, let us stop deceiving ourselves. So guys, I'm dropping it here. Kindly share your thoughts below the comment section, please. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel if you have not. Thank you.